Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Today's topic will be on why I believe Father Time by Kendrick Lamar is one of his most powerful songs he's ever written. Of course, this is my humble opinion. Comment down below what song you believe deserves this title. To start things off, I'll give a brief summary on Kendrick Lamar and his album Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Shortly after, we'll discuss Father Time and give a brief summary on the song's meaning. Finally, I'll grab some lyrics from the song, open up and talk about the type of emotions this song evokes within me and maybe in some of you too. Alright, let's get into it. Let's dive into the world of Kendrick Lamar, an artist who uses his passion for rap to explore the raw realities of life, identity, and society. Born on June 17, 1987 in Compton, California, Kendrick's story starts with deep roots. His parents, Kenneth, known as Kenny Duckworth, and Paula Oliver, originally hailed from Chicago. Kenneth had a past affiliation with the Gangster Disciples, a gang in Chicago, before he and Paula left to create a better life for themselves and for young Kendrick. However, upon arriving in Compton, they quickly discovered that the challenges were just as daunting. Growing up amidst the harsh realities of gang-infested streets, Kendrick would face horrors and tragedies from a very young age. But instead of folding under the pressure, he became a diamond. He often credits his parents for instilling the values that helped him navigate such a tough environment.
Do I have this right? You saw your first murder when you were 5 years old?
Yes, sir.
What happened?
It was outside my apartment unit. A guy was out there serving his narcotics and somebody rolled up and with a shotgun blew his chest out.
But my pops wasn't as righteous. My pops was bumping his head too, but at the same time, he always had so much of a love for me. He gave me the wisdom in the game to say, you know what, I did that, don't do that. Sometimes he could stop it, sometimes he couldn't, because I still had my friends surrounding me in the community.
Fast forward to Kendrick's breakthrough with his album, Good Kid, Mad City. This project details his experiences as a good kid in Compton. In this album, he tackles major themes like identity, the brutal reality of gang violence, and its ripple effects. He also delves into temptation, betrayal, loyalty, systemic injustice, and even questions predetermined destiny, all while confronting moral dilemmas and the quest for redemption. At his core, Kendrick isn't just making music, he's inviting us to experience a whirlwind of emotions and the stark truths of life, all while holding on to hope. With each track, he challenges not only himself, but also his listeners to search for deeper truths and embrace genuine self-reflection through his powerful storytelling.
Yeah, Good Kid, Mad City. It was a self-reflection, you know, my life, my neighborhood, the people I grew up with. I be intrigued how, you know, these people are singing these lyrics. And I say to myself, how do y'all, you know, connect with these lyrics and you're not even from Compton? I sat back and I was talking to a person, you know, that was at the show. He was a fan. Said it does more, saying you're from the streets or you did this and did that. I was in a dark place. I'm in a positive space. That's the concept that I got from the album. And I said, you're right. That's exactly what it is. And I can see how everybody can take their own niches from it and make it into their own. One of my favorite lines in the album is where we say, you really need to go to therapy. And I say, real niggas don't go to therapy. Because that's how niggas feel, you know what I'm saying? We grow up where our parents don't know about that, our grandparents don't know about that. You live and you experience the shit that you go through and you deal with it right then and there, or you don't never deal with it.
Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers dropped on May 13th, 2022, and is nothing short of an intimate therapy session with Kendrick Lamar. In this album, Kendrick dissects his personal trauma, generational wounds, and the heavy burden of public expectations. What we're really hearing is a raw portrayal of a man grappling with shame, accountability, and the painful process of healing, reminding us that even someone many view as a savior is imperfect. This album is an invitation. It's challenging us, the listeners, to confront our own demons and embrace vulnerability as the first step to genuine growth. If you haven't given it a listen, I strongly recommend doing so before you dive deeper into today's discussion. With this album, Kendrick makes it clear, I'm not perfect. Despite all his success, he battles personal issues just like the rest of us. His honesty in addressing these struggles is what makes his work so relatable and powerful. For those of you looking to get an even deeper understanding of this album, I've linked 3 videos in the description. They break down the themes and nuances of Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
You really need some therapy.
Real nigga need no therapy. Fuck you
No,
talking about?
you sound stupid as fuck.
Shit, everybody's stupid.
Yeah, well, you need to talk to somebody. Reach out to Eckhart.
Let's finally dive into the 5th track on Kendrick Lamar's Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, Father Time. In this song, Kendrick opens up about the lessons his father instilled in him and how those early influences helped shape the man he is today. One of the central themes here is the profound impact a father has on his son's identity. In our earliest years, a father serves as our guide, laying down the values and behaviors we often follow well into adulthood. As we mature, however, we're tasked with forging our own path, evolving beyond those initial teachings. The track's title, Father Time, carries a clever double meaning as well. On one level, it spotlights the bond between father and son. On another, it positions time itself as a paternal force. It brings us wisdom, offers healing, and fosters growth, all while unveiling our past mistakes and reminding us of the journey from who we are to who we are becoming. For those of you looking to get an even deeper understanding of this track, I've linked a video in the description. This video breaks down the themes and nuances of the track, Father Time. Before I dive into some lyrics, I want to share my personal story so you understand why Father Time resonates deeply with me. I'm 19, almost 20, and my experience with fatherhood has been complicated, to say the least. For the first 5 or 6 years of my life, I had my dad around, but after we moved, I didn't get to see him as often. Later, I had a stepdad, but the intimate connection was missing. I didn't receive the guidance or life principles a dad is supposed to give, so I ended up learning most things on my own, often through fear and anxiety. At this point in my life, I'm actively relearning old lessons and picking up new ones, like accountability, responsibility, self-respect, and managing emotions, not just for my own growth, but for my younger brothers and future children. I want you all to know that I'm doing completely fine. I've grown closer to God, and I believe as long as I remain open and vulnerable to Him, He'll guide me through life. This personal journey is exactly why Father Time speaks so loudly to me. Now that you guys gained a bit of understanding, let's finally take a look at some of the lyrics.
Got daddy issues, that's on me. Looking for I love you. Really empathizing for my relief. A child that grew accustomed.
This line reminds me of growing up without the comfort of hearing I love you. It's the feeling of missing something you never had, a simple reassurance from a father figure when you mess up or need guidance during your formative years.
Daddy issues hit my emotions. Never express myself. Man should never show feelings. Being sensitive never helped.
This line right here really hits home. Even without a true father figure, I absorbed the notion that showing emotion was a weakness. Over time, this created a shell around me, making it hard to communicate my emotions, and honestly, even just communicate in general. It's ironic because as kids, we're taught that men are supposed to be tough, but as we grow, we realize that strength comes from being open and vulnerable.
And to my partners that figured it out without a father, I salute you. May your blessings be neutral to your toddlers. It's crucial. They can't stop us if we see the mistakes.
This line resonates with me simply because I am on that journey. I'm learning how to become a man without a father figure. I know I haven't got it all figured out, but life is an ongoing learning process filled with mistakes. As long as I'm committed to growing, I'll be okay. With God by my side, I believe I can overcome any challenge. Father Time is just a beautiful track. To me, Kendrick allows me to be okay with not having any prominent father figure. He reveals that even having a father wouldn't make you into the perfect man. When I was young, I used to think, what would life be like if I did have a father? I realized though that God had a purpose when curating my story. I've moved past my resentment and embraced my past, and that's what makes this track so powerful to me. If any of you have a prominent father figure, whether that be biological or not, and they're trying their best, give them a hug and tell them I love you. Appreciate the luxury that you've got, because not many of us have that luxury. Thank you all for tuning into today's video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and consider subscribing for more content like this. I'd love to know which song evokes deep emotion for you. It can be any genre, any song, even an instrumental. Drop a comment down below explaining what moves you and how. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.